Canto 13. Nessus had not regained the former shore before my guide and I were in a wood more grim than that where I encountered him. No bough was smooth, but torn and warped askew; no leaf was green, but withered black and brown; no fruit was seen, but many a poisoned thorn; and only harpies nested in the trees, foul things, with women's heads between their wings, big feathered bellies, and gigantic claws, wounding the branches that they perched upon. My master said, "This ring of hell is like a hedge between the boiling moat we left, and scorching sands to come. Look well here, please. Before you do, I cannot tell of it and be believed." I stood and looked around, hearing a kind of moaning wail, like wind, except for something human in the sound. I thought it came from folk hiding among the trees. I stared at him. He said, "Break off a twig." Puzzled, I did, from a large thorn tree that I stood beside, and then, "Why are you breaking me?" it cried, as a green branch with one end in the fire hisses while sap trickles out from the other. Both words and blood came out from the break I'd made. I dropped the twig and looked for my guide for aid, as the voice said, "You would not be unkind to smaller animals. Why pitiless to a soul turned into tree?" "Poor wounded tree," my master said, "your hurt was caused by me. I knew no other way to show this man the fate of sinners in your hellish wood. But tell him now the name you bore on earth. Returning there, he may renew your fame." "God bless your courtesy!" the tree exclaimed. "Good reputation was my lifelong aim, which my bad end undid. If people know I was not all to blame, one soul in hell will feel some consolation. Listen, please. For 20 years I served great Frederick, Emperor of Europe, sometimes called the Stupor Mundi, wonder of the world. I was his chancellor, using two keys, reward and punishment. With quiet art, till none but me knew his most secret heart, my faithlessness robbed me of sleep and strength, but jealousy, whore of all royal courts, made me so hated that my emperor also distrusted. Suddenly disgraced, blinded in chains, I, who had been just to others, to myself became unjust. I, Pierre de Vigny, battered out of my brains, but promise by the roots that feed me now, I never once betrayed my emperor. If you return to earth, tell others so, for envy is still dirtying my name." Silence ensued. Then Virgil said to me, "Don't miss this chance. He's wise. Ask what you like." I said, "For pity's sake, I can't. You ask." So ask he did. "How did it come to pass that souls like yours are tied in wooden knots? Will nothing make you free?" The tree again squeezed out more air turned into words. "Minos flings out such souls down here like seeds, and where we fall we root and start to sprout. The harpies, feeding on our leaves, cause pain, and open cuts through which we can cry out. We too will join our bodies when time ends, but not be clothed in our old corpses again. Suspended from the tree we have become, will feel its weight forever, and be dumb." Intent upon these words, we were surprised to hear a sudden noise, a crashing roar, swiftly approaching us, sounding as if it were fierce hunters pursuing a boar. Upon our left, two naked men raced past, the first one screaming, "Oh, come quickly, death!" The second panted, "You were not so fast, Lano, in battle, where folk killed you last." Breath failing him, he fell into a bush. Bounding behind, immense black dogs came, as ravenous as hounds loosed from a chain, and biting fallen men and leafy spray, tore him to bits and carried them away. My guide now led me over to that bush, which wailed through all the fractures I could see, "Jackie San Andre, why fall in me? Why should I suffer for your guilty life?" "And who," my master asked, "are you, who through so many gashes pours out complaints and blood?" "One who was born beside the Arno's flood," it said, "where Florence and its civil strife made me detest my miserable life. I made my house the gibbet where I hung. Forget my name. Please, put my broken shoots nearer this trunk, where they will feed my roots." Our birthplace made me honor his request.